It's 6:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Hunter New England Health will begin blood lead testing at Boolaroo next Monday. The free tests will be offered to pregnant women and children under 5 in North Lake Macquarie in the first community-wide program of its type since 2006. The finger prick tests will be carried out over the next 3 weeks in response to concerns about lead contamination in soil from the former Pasminco smelter and will help authorities determine if there's an unacceptable health risk. Police have released a description of a man who committed an indecent act in front of a girl at Hamilton. The 16-year-old was walking along Lawson Street near Everton Street at about 9 yesterday morning when the man driving a Holden Commodore pulled up near her and started performing the lewd act. Sergeant Dave Rose says the girl became afraid and crossed the street to alert a group of men working nearby who raised the alarm.
Police are keen to speak to a man who may be able to assist. He's been described as being of Caucasian appearance, aged between 20 and 30 years, of medium build with dark hair, and at the time of this incident was wearing grey jeans, checked box shorts and a black shirt. The vehicle he was driving is described as a white VX model Holden Commodore, and it had a partial Queensland registration number plate starting with 749.
Thousands more jobs in the Hunters manufacturing industry are on the line, with the state government poised to send train building contracts overseas. The Australian Manufacturing Workers Union is warning the new $2.9 million intercity trains are likely to be built offshore, with the government showing a preference for an off-the-shelf model, which the union says is inferior to the locally built product. Downer EDI and UGL Services both have Hunter workforces and have expressed interest in building the fleet. Plans to revitalise the boulevard in Toronto have progressed, with Lake Macquarie Council announcing the operational plan for the next financial year. The Streetscape Master Plan will aim to give the area a facelift by fixing seating, bike racks, public art and drinking fountains. Acting Manager for City Projects, Kirili Vincer, says the project will make the area safer for the community.
One of the main benefits in the first instance will be the safety for pedestrians, with trying to have a uniform footpath without the lifting that's occurring now from the roots of the trees.
Prime Minister Tony Abbott will meet with Dungog storm victims next week. He'll visit town on Wednesday and host a community afternoon tea before taking part in the Patterson Citizen of the Year Awards in the evening. And a Wobber Waste Management facility is offering free mulch to be used for Lake Macquarie residents to encourage households to create habitat gardens to support native fauna. Council says native animals across the city have become dependent on suburban backyards to survive, as their native habitat was damaged or lost after April's storm. Sustainability Manager Alice Howe says the Backyard Habitat Wildlife Program gives residents the opportunity to assist wildlife survival in their neighbourhood.
What we find is that urban development can fragment the habitat for native species, so creating little oases in individual backyards provides stepping stones for our native flora and our fauna to be able to exist within the urban environment, and particularly for fauna, enable them to move through it to areas of native habitat.
Sport for our sponsor, newcastlecheapestcars.com.au.
Despite having a number of players out injured, Newcastle Knights coach Rick Stone isn't writing off tomorrow's game just yet. With Jared Mullen, Jeremy Smith and Tyrone Roberts possibly returning to the side this week, the Knights are gearing up for a big one. Stone says Mullen is on the mend.
You know, he's been sort of basically gradually stepping up his work in the last couple of weeks. He's probably changed a few things around with his footwear and his orthotics a bit, but we've been working to get some sort of conclusion there, and it looks like he's running around pain-free, which is good.
It looks like the Newcastle Jets will have a new major sponsor for the upcoming season. The partnership is expected to be confirmed today, with Beechwood Homes possibly becoming the second major sponsor in the club's history. And in rugby, the New South Wales Country Corellas are set to face Australia Combined Services today, aiming to finish 5th on the National Championships ladder. That's sport. I'm Georgia Moylan.
2 NURFM News Time, 26 to 7.